Hey everyone, welcome back to Shank's Ranks, where I like to do reviews on some of my favorite 3D Blu-ray movies, and on occasion some 4K titles as well. So I recently acquired the 4K and 3D copy of the live-action Aladdin movie. I was really stoked to get the 3D version because I actually missed seeing it in 3D at the theater. I had IMAX 3D tickets for it, and then last minute decided to change them to 2D because of the company that I was with. They didn't feel like watching it in 3D. But the 3D at home was pretty spectacular, even without the alternating IMAX aspect ratios. So let's dig into that real quick. So as I mentioned before, it doesn't have alternating aspect ratios. This has fixed, I believe, 2:39 widescreen. So you will have the black bars on your TV. It has 7.1 DTS HD master audio, and for a DTS track it does sound pretty good too. So for the most exciting part, let's get into the 3D of this, shall we? So the 3D, I'm just going to go ahead off the bat and say I'm giving it 5 out of 5 for the depth. The depth was phenomenal. I was a little skeptical at first. It starts out with the ocean scene with Will Smith about to tell the story of his Aladdin journey to his kids. And you have some decent separation there, some decent depth. But once it gets into the story and you're in Agrabah, oh my goodness. Layers upon layers of depth. You got the people separated from building structures, separated from other people, and the whole time while it's going through the city, you have the opening credits of the movie popping out of the screen too, and the depth lasts throughout the whole movie. Another thing I liked about it was the brightness factor. Sometimes when you have dark scenes with the 3D movies, I don't know, the 3D doesn't seem to stand out as much. But even with the dark scenes, like when they're in the Cave of Wonders, for instance, I was very impressed with the depth of the 3D in that as well. It didn't suffer from any brightness factors there. It was shot digitally, and you could tell, I mean, it looks super 4K crispy transferish, even though it's a 1080p film, although that might also have something to do with being upscaled on my 4K 3D TV, but nevertheless, the picture looked phenomenal. The pop-out effects, which a lot of you care about more than the depth, I'm happy to say was pretty decent too. The pop-out effects I give 3 out of 5 stars. I'd say it was moderate throughout most of the picture. It wasn't all in your face, making you go cross-eyed. If it were, I'd probably add like another point to that because I love that type of pop-out effects. But no, this was a little bit more natural. So anytime there was, let's say, flower petals or smoke or phenomenal cosmic power glitter going around everywhere, all that stuff was popping off the screen. Anytime Jafar has his little snake staff and he's doing his little hypnotizing thing, you will see the pop out of the 3D. During those scenes, his staff seems to pop out a little bit. There's a couple scenes with Iago, the parrot, that pop out, especially at the end where he turns into a giant parrot and he's chasing the carpet around. So yeah, like I said, moderately placed throughout the movie. The pop-it is pretty good, but the depth is very gratuitous. You'll be very pleased if you're a big depth lover. I thought it was an even amount of both, pretty much. So, I don't know, for the total score for the 3D in this movie, I'd give it 5 out of 5 stars. I think it's definitely one of my favorites this year. As far as the sound goes, the 7.1 DTS HD Master Audio, I don't know how it compares to the Dolby Atmos on the 4K disc, because I haven't watched the 4K disc yet. But I will say that, as with most Disney tracks, it does suffer from not being loud enough, but that's okay. Just cranked up the volume on my receiver and got it to where it needed to be. Once I did that, I thought it sounded pretty good. The dialogue was clear, crisp, never had any issues hearing any of the conversations in the movie. As far as surround effects go, there wasn't too much of it other than like the musical numbers. Anytime the genie was, summoning some phenomenal cosmic powers, you did hear swirling effects of like magical dust and everything. And then towards the end of the movie, when you have more of the action, you do hear some pretty distinguished sound effects in the left and right surround speakers. So for an overall score for the audio on this, I think I'd probably give it 3 out of 5 stars. It's nothing phenomenal, but you know, it did what it was supposed to do, especially for a movie like this. So if you're still a big 3D lover, then I would totally suggest picking this up. If you live in the United States, you will have to import it. I got mine from Amazon UK. You could also order it from Zavi UK if they still have them in stock. I know for sure Amazon still has them, so I'll try and leave a link down below. If you've already seen the 4K version of it, let me know what you thought of that. I probably won't be a while before I watch it again. I'll probably wait about a month or so. Also, if any of you picked this one up, this is the 4K version of the animated movie. Let me know what you think of that, because I probably won't have time to watch this for a while too. I've just been really busy at work. Love to hear your comments. If you liked the video, please give me a like. And if you're not a subscriber yet and you want to see more about 3D Blu-ray reviews, then hit the subscribe button. Have a good night.